Morning, everyone. This is Mary. You're watching another little piece of my art. By request, I'm going to look at the Colors of the World pencils in comparison to our regular Crayola 120 pack. So yeah, I hope you can see okay. It is pretty sunny out, but it still doesn't look bright enough. So Ollie's has a 15% coupon out, and I am gonna go tomorrow, I think, and see if I can find a light, because this is just, you don't realize how dark your house is until you make videos and then you can't see anything. Okay, so let's start this out. So here is my Crayola collection, and as you can see, there are plenty of them in here. These are Sivo Vivids right back here, though. I use these for backgrounds. But everything else is Crayola, so I definitely have a lot to choose from here. And I thought, well, 120 colors, they would have to be the same. They're going to have to be the same because 120 colors is a lot. But when you think about it, 120 colors divided by all the colors that there are is not a lot for each category. Do you know what I mean? Like yellows, browns, greens, etc. So all right, here we go. Here is the chart. Now what I have done is put the closest that I could find pencil. So I'll hold this here, and that way if you need to screenshot it and can, look at it later and contemplate it more than just this video to decide whether you want to buy them, you can see. So on the right, I have the Colors of the World, and on the left, I have what I could find to match to that color. Some of them will be repeated. So, like, for example, this extra dark deep rose here, the one I started with. Oh, gosh. You can see when you're up close that the color that I did find, the cocoa, it has more of a red undertone, and the extra deep rose does not. So it's close, but not exactly. And then for the deep rose, I couldn't find anything else but the same cocoa color to go with that. The extra deep almond pretty well matches the dark chocolate. The deepest almond matches the beaver. The very deep almond and the dark chocolate are, in my opinion, the same pencil. And then as we start going down into the lighter colors is where I was having more of a difficulty to find things that would match. So the very deep rose looks like the cocoa. The deep golden is close to the antique brass, but you can see the deep golden has a yellow undertone to it. I mean, it's pretty, I can see it. I don't know if you guys can. Medium deep almond matches light brown pretty well. Now, medium deep golden, I had this pencil called Hazel, but I don't know. I put a question mark because I don't know if that is in the 120 set. It had different writing on the pencil. The font saying Crayola was different, so I'm thinking it might be from one of my really old sets, and I don't know if that's even in the 120 set. So if it's not, then the other closest thing I could find was Harvest Gold, which you see is not close at all. So medium golden, again, there's nothing. I mean, the hazel's close, but if that's not really a pencil in this 120 pack, then we're starting to get off track here. Okay, and then copper I've used a couple times because these light medium golden colors, all the ones that say golden, I couldn't find an exact match to. And then the deep almond and the antique brass are close, but you can see the antique brass is lighter. The medium deep rose, to me, looks nothing like burnt sienna. I mean, the tone is similar, but burnt sienna is much darker. I really had trouble when I started getting into these light skin tone colors. There's just nothing in the Crayola 120 set that I could find exactly matching. So light medium rose, I found Fuzzy Wuzzy, but you can see the difference in the shade there. Light rose had nothing. I was basically stumbling in the darkness here, just trying to pull something out. The light almond and the khaki. And then you can see my scratch page here where I was testing them all out. I do have a page 2. So yeah, here's all of the light tones. In a lot of these colors were on the other page as well. So yeah, you're not going to find this pinkish light tone in your Crayola 120s that I know of. Like I said, I just showed you my box of Crayolas, and there's a ton of them in there. I took them all out so that I could look through all the color groups to find matches, and this is the best that I have come up with. So yeah, what do I think? I think that if you like Crayola pencils, if you collect Crayola pencils, if you enjoy having them in their own pack like this to use, then, you know, $3.99, go for it, because there are some shades in here that you're not going to find in your 120. But on the other hand, I think that some of them, a lot of them, are close enough that you could perhaps mix some tones and shades together, layer some, and you would get the same effect. But like I said, it just, these have some very light tones that you are not going to find in your big box of Crayola. So I guess it would depend on, you know, how much do you color skin? How much will you use them? Does the discrepancies here bother you enough to warrant getting another pack? Or do you think you'll be fine with what you have? If you really look at it, you would be buying this box for, say, maybe there's 24 in there. I would say maybe there's under 10 that are really different enough that, you know, you might notice them. You might notice the difference. So that will be totally up to you guys. I'm glad I have it. You know, like I said before on the other video, I like having them all in one box, so I don't have to dig through this big thing of Crayolas. I mean, that's an extremely heavy container of Crayola pencils. I know I should get a case or something, but so I did color a page with them. Now, you guys, I babysat my 6-month-old granddaughter yesterday, so I was exhausted, and then I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't sleep again. So I colored this then, and my room is sort of pretty dark. Well, as you can tell, my whole house is, but my room only has a little bedside lamp, so I have not looked at this picture in the daylight to see how bad it is. But yeah, here are some of the skin tones that I used on Betty and Veronica, just to give you a sample. I thought that Betty was a little bit darker in skin tone than Veronica. Maybe I had that backwards, or maybe they're the same. But anyway, I used different colored pencils on their skin. Mind you, now, I'm not good at coloring skin, so for you guys, this would probably be a lot different or better. But, you know, they laid down fine, just like always with Crayolas. And, yeah, I didn't have any problems with any of the leads or any, well, so far no sharpening. Nothing was broken. Nothing was off-center. So I would say that, in my opinion, they're worth getting. But, again, that's going to be totally up to you guys as to whether you can't live with the close but no cigarness of this here, of these comparisons. So I hope you found this helpful, and thank you so much for requesting for me to do this video. It gave my brain something to think about. So thanks for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and thumbs up. That's the same as likes. Drink some more coffee, Mary. Okay, I will. And you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.